What's up, guys? Welcome back to YouTube Burlick. We are nearing the end of the year, and that means it's going to be a little update video, and also one in which I go over some music stuff. So let's get into that.
Here you go.
And last year, I remember I did my Spotify Wrapped as a video. That's because I didn't really have any ideas at the time. But I'm not going to be doing that this year. Not only because, obviously, as you guys know, I listen to music mostly on CDs. You know, that's the main form of what I listen to music on. But also, I did not have premium until I got it free a couple days ago. So there's really no point of doing that. My Wrapped would have barely any stats, and they would not be accurate, obviously, because of CDs. But I did get premium free for the next 4 months, so it will be more accurate next year. I'm probably going to do it next year, and also I've just been using Spotify more. Still love collecting CDs, but I have been listening music digitally more than I used to, so I will do it for 2026. There's no point in really showing it, as I said, but here is just my main card with the minutes listened, top artists, and top songs, and top genre. Again, really doesn't mean much at all, and there's barely any minutes, because CDs, hey, my own band is #1, so I don't know if that's a good sign or not. But one thing Spotify did add that I like a lot is weekly stats. You can check out your top artists and your top songs from each week. And then it goes way after 4 weeks. But we're going to go over my last 4 weeks on it in this video. Just because of the fact that I've been listening a lot more on Spotify recently in the last stretch of the year. And also, again, I have premium. So let's go over my last 4 weeks because I think it's super interesting. That'll be one of the topics. And also consider checking out my league, the Pennsylvania Penalty Shots League. Christian Gaines won the championship, but Winter League is going on, so check out Winter League, guys. And yeah, around late November is when I started to get into listening to music more digitally. I kind of have been since soccer season, listening on the bus rides there to the games and back, but yeah, so the last kind of third of the year is when I got into music digitally more, and I enjoy it, but CDs are still, the GOATs. But yeah, Creedence Clearwater Revival, sorry that I can't pronounce it, CCR. They got first, and then Deftones had a 1 week streak there in second, then Carnival, an Australian really great prog metal band, and of course one of my top 2 favorite artists of all time, and Tears for Fears at #4. Pretty standard stuff for me, but I got a CD from CCR, so that's why that's there. It was Chronicle, their greatest hits. I listened to that album twice on CD and on this. And then for my top songs of this week, I was really surprised to not see CCR there, as the fact is, I listened to their Chronicle Greatest Hits thing 2 or 3 times on Spotify, but Goliath by Carnival, incredible song, Rick Beato, really shouted that one out. That's a great one there. And then Entombed by Deftones, one of their best songs. I'm so happy how popular they've been getting. And then everything else is kind of random considering the week of the top artists that I got. End of Heartache by Killswitch Engage, one of the best metalcore songs of all time. And then Amber by 311, a great ska rock song, beach rock. And Veronica by Elvis Costello, I'll take it. A lot of rock songs this week, but very cool. All right, and to open up the month of the Great December, pretty interesting one here. We have, of course, the GOATs, Human League in first, and then Deftones continuing their streak going out to 2 weeks here after the start of Spotify doing their weekly things that they do. Again, congrats. I don't know, I'm saying congrats. Props to Spotify, though. I think it's a really cool idea, and I enjoy looking at it quite a bit. I hope they keep it as a feature. And System of a Down in third, one of my favorite bands, probably my 3rd favorite band of all time. And then U2 in 4th. I know I was listening to a lot of Streets Have No Name and New Year's Day, so that's probably why they made it into 4th. But yeah, the Human League in first, as I'll show, they had my top song, and I've been in the Human League a ton later half of this year, so gotta love them. And then my top songs of this week, #1, Empire State Human, probably the best Human League song. It's great, it's just sounds really good. And then probably my favorite Black Sabbath song of all time, Snowblind, coming in here at #2. And then Inner Vision, one of my favorite System songs at 3. Entombed yet again, making it on here at #4. And then Faith by George Michael. Great variety this week in times of release and genre, and really great week. I'd say even better than the previous week. Alright, guys, so now 2 weeks ago, the first 2 weeks were pretty standard from my taste, but these last weeks have been absolutely whack, and as you can see here, oh my gosh. My top artist of this week, the 8th to the 14th, was Swans. Michael Gira, absolutely incredible. What I Want for Christmas is a Michael Gira signature. But yeah, Swans, I was listening to a ton of To Be Kind and also The Beggar on CD and also on Spotify. I listened to the entire album throughout a school day. So that's great. And then number 2, Bull Scream of Wheat. Okay, yeah, I'm so cocky. But I oftentimes check in on my band and just listen to them again and again to see if the music still ages for me and if I still like it. And then number 3, Finger Eleven. The main reason why is because of their songs One Thing and Paralyzer, which I know they're big hits, but like, whatever. Finger Eleven's a great Canadian band. Consider checking them out. Finger Eleven, hard to pronounce. And then number 4, Ariana Grande. What else can I say, man? Great singer, and pretty crazy to see on this list. And this is definitely the most wacky list compared to the last 2 weeks. Like, you'd be thinking, oh, do you think that's Friday? Yeah, look at this week. Great week though. I mean, can't lie, Swans did carry it, but Bull Scream of Wheat's there, so yeah. Swans and Michael Gear absolutely dominated this week. She Loves Us, Little God in My Hands, Screenshot, all classics in the top 5. And then Destroyer 101, one of my songs, obviously there. And then One Thing by Finger Eleven. As I said, Finger Eleven, I only listened to like 2 of their songs this week, but both of them I was absolutely repeating. So pretty solid songs there. Not much variety in the top 5 songs, but for the top artists, yes, ton of variety. Very interesting week, but it gets crazier. Alright, so the last full week, and this is also the week in which I ended up getting Spotify Premium free for the next 4 months, so my stats are going to be through the roof. Yeah. Probably the most interesting week. What else can I say? Ariana Grande and Bull Scream of Wheat starting out streaks, and then like my 2 favorite 80s synth pop bands with Tears for Fears and the Human League also getting in there. This is absolutely crazy. Ariana Grande, I was listening to a couple albums, but mostly just repeating a couple top songs that you'll see later on. And then, Tears for Fears. What else can I say? My favorite album of all time, which I actually downloaded so I can listen to it offline. Songs from the Big Chair. Bull Scream of Wheat, just checking out my band. I'm pretty sure I listened to Views 25 all the way through just to check out, see how much I thought it was still pretty decent. And for the Human League, like the Dare album and Empire State Human, yeah. This is a pretty interesting list, but hey, I had a great week with Spotify Premium, so hopefully that continues. Now I'm spoiled from it, so yeah. This has got to be one of the wackiest top 5 songs list ever from a week, but it's also incredible. Look at the variety here, man. Like, yeah. Number 1, Into by Ariana Grande. What can I say? One of my favorite songs of all time. It's so well produced, so well performed, and it's written incredible. It really takes you to like that summer vibe. And then Goliath by Carnival. That returns. Then my top Tears for Fears song kind of surprised me, but I Believe got in here. Just a beautifully written song. And then number 4, Millie by Lil Wayne. Hardest beat drop of all time. There you go. And then 5, Break Free by Ariana Grande, featuring Zedd. Zedd's an incredible drummer, by the way. I love Zedd. This is such a crazy variety list right before Christmas time. I gotta say, though, I like it quite a bit. Some of my all-time favorite songs are on this list, and I think it just shows the variety of what I was listening to this last week. I am kind of surprised, though, no Christmas music got into this list, but it's probably going to get into this current week right now. I gotta check that out when it happens, but yeah, crazy list. Absolutely insane. So yeah, those are my last 4 weeks on Spotify. Very interesting, lots of variety, a lot of great times listening to music. And yeah, online music listening has always been something that I've been doing a lot more over the last 2 years, and it's continuing to grow now with me having Spotify Premium. So that'll be an interesting thing to see for my Wrapped next year, which might actually finally be interesting, but yeah. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. Black Sabbath ranking coming out very, very soon. Be on the lookout.
Wait, let me lock in. Shut up, let me lock in. What did your eyes look like? You! Get that out of my freaking face. No, I'm actually gonna hurt this kid. Put it in my eye one more time. One more time. Go. Come on. It's in your eye right now. Let's go. It's in your eye right now. It's in your eye right now.
I'm gonna die.
It's literally in your eye. What are you gonna do when it's in your eye?
Aries, chill. Yo, Liam, chill. Oh my gosh.
Give me my freaking thing. Alright, there. Give me the freaking thing right now.
Yeah, Aries, stop.
Stop, chill.
Liam, chill. Yo, are they gonna take this one outside?
I don't wanna... We're actually gonna break. Stop, get away from the glass. Give me that. Chill. I'm not giving you it, bro. Give me the freaking thing!
Thanks for watching this video. Now look at this person. And again, thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe, even though Burlick is bad. Anyways, bye.